I have to say there's a despair and sadness and certainly a level of anger, and I'm horrified. I watched someone be murdered over 8.5 minutes, murdered, not die, not killed, murdered. And to watch something like that is, you never forget. It's chilling. But we've seen it over and over and over again, and that's the problem. What must we do? Hold ourselves accountable in corporate America. Set targets like we set targets on everything else. Incentivize people. You get what you incent. Be very clear and very bold about what the expectations are. And if we do that like we do everything else, I mean, corporate America is run by all-stars. They are used to winning. If we do that like we do everything else, we would see this needle move. Because so much of this, this unrest, this civil unrest is tied to economic inequality. That's just a fact. And we need to move the needle on this economic inequality. The role of the CEO and the role of the corporation has changed. And while many might want to sit out these issues, they can't. They literally can't.
They want to be participants. They want to be citizens. They want to be consumers. What they lack is the education. They lack the training. And there are opportunities for programs like, there's a program called Year Up. What they do is they take these talented, motivated inner city kids, and for 6 months, they take them through a finishing school. They have to show up on time every morning. They have to dress a certain way. They have to learn certain skill sets. And after that 6 months, they graduate and they get placed into internships, entry-level jobs. We're not putting people in charge of our laboratories, obviously, but these are important jobs. And if they succeed in their 6-month internship, they get hired. Financial literacy is critical. Education is critical. That is the great equalizer. We always say we're a land of opportunity, and opportunity in a knowledge economy comes through education and training.
I'm not asking for charity. I'm not asking for a handout. I'm not asking for anything. I'm saying that we need a necessary investment in the revitalization and the reset of a new America, the redawning of new GDP. And that needs to be a conversation in corporate boardrooms and in the legislative halls in states and in Washington, D.C. for what I call a new Marshall Plan. The movement in the suites, not the streets, is about education for all and financial literacy for all. We live in an economic democracy, but who's teaching our children the basis of how this economy works? Basically, no one. Basically, you figure it out for yourself. I can't say this enough. Apprenticeships for all, and it needs to be incentivized through the tax system, so that companies are not just doing it out of goodness of their heart, but they are rewarded for it through incentives, because we respond to incentives and penalties. I think we need to have capital access for all, and I mean by that is debt, low cost debt for home ownership, for small business ownership, and accessible equity. We need entrepreneurs to be able to start businesses.